So hi. I thought that I don't talk to you for a very long time, and I just can make a little talk video, because why not? So I'll make a quick update about how my language learning is going now. I changed my learning routine, but I still don't fit in it, and I don't do so as much as I want. It's that. Also, I started part-time job for like 2 weeks ago, no, less than 2 weeks ago, and it was very, very overwhelming, especially in the first days. And I just spent so much time stressed, so I can't learn. It's strange, but it really was really overwhelming. I even practiced meditation for a few days because I just can't walk. I was shaking, but still a lot of time goes to nowhere, and I don't learn as much as I want. Also, I take practice in October, and it also takes time. Basically, I don't have even time for October. Now it's Monday, and I do my drawing for Saturday, so I'm not keeping track with it. No, about languages. As I said, I start job and I work remotely, so I just sit in my room and do tasks, but I need to turn on the timer which makes screenshots, and so I can watch YouTube while I'm working, obviously. Only from my phone, but it's not really okay. In some videos don't work when I try to watch them from the smartphones, so I started to listen to podcasts. I'm not really into it, at least I was not really into listening before. I prefer watching YouTube. And I have some podcasts. I have one podcast just in notes, and I thought maybe sometimes I will listen to it. But now I start working, I can't watch YouTube, and I listen all of it, all the podcasts. I don't remember how many episodes it have, maybe 12, no, more, I think. I listen it in 2 or 3 days. And I understand that I again have nothing to listen while I'm working. By the way, it was Portrait of a Freelancer by Ariel Bissett. I can say that it was very informative for me. Maybe it will be really helpful and great for people who does not people who didn't any freelance job before, but I do some projects in last like 5 years and 6 years in web design and drawing illustrations. I can't say this will give me a lot of money, but some quick projects took place. So this podcast was not really interesting, but she just have a beautiful voice, and I listen to it while working. Why not? What else can say? After that, I randomly found another podcast. I watched one YouTuber. I don't remember the nickname. Her actual name is Ophelia. She's a polyglot, and in one of her last videos, she recommends some podcasts in different languages. And I just take one in English and some in French. And I listened to that one which was in English in like maybe 3 days too. It has 16 episodes for each for an hour. And it was very funny actually. It's a podcast named Make Out With Him. So it's about relationship and blah blah other stuff, and it's just really funny to listen. So I start to listen to podcasts in French, but my level of French are not so great. I think I'm not even A1 still after all those years of learning, because I don't practice regularly. So all I can hear from the podcast episode is some basic words like parler, bonjour, pas mal, I don't know, some stuff like this, very very basic. But when I work yesterday, I just turned on and listened for like 6 hours of French. And of course, I understand almost nothing, but at least it's something I can practice. And I understand that I listen like 5 episodes of it, and it has 18. So it's finished in like 3 days maybe, because it has episodes from hour to hour and a half in general. And I don't know what I will listen next. I have no idea. I actually I almost never listened to podcasts before, and I absolutely don't know what in what language I wanna listen to it, or what team I wanna choose. I just have no idea. Maybe I would just start to watch YouTube from phone while I'm working, but it's not really so great for my productivity. I'll not name the French podcasts because I just listen to them just for being this just to surround myself with this language, but I understand almost nothing, so I can't say it was the theme of the episode great or it's really interesting or so on and so forth. So I just turn on the French talk. Also try to practice some speaking and chatting with other people, and I tried some websites, and it disappoints me a lot, like seriously, because it's actually websites for language learners and people who try to speak with other, and people who want just to communicate just because of language learning, but it seems like a lot of people use it like meeting websites, and it's horrible. But the way some websites have a really strange system of notifications, so it's new messages just pump out and mark immediately as you read it. And I just wanted to answer a bit later, but the person starts, oh, ignore me, why do you ignore me, blah blah blah. Also, by the way, in real life, face-to-face conversation, I'm okay to communicate with people of any gender, but it's for no reason in internet, male people, older male people especially, makes me a bit scared. especially when they start just, oh, can we just have a Skype conversation and so on and so forth. It's really annoying, and I don't want to talk to these people. Just why do they do this? But the last website I tried was HelloLingo, and I like it the most from all the sites I found in Google. It has nice interface, really nice. And I found some interesting people. I talked to a girl from France. She studied English, so we talk in English a bit about our interests and so on and so forth. But then my work started, and I think I don't use this website for like 2 weeks. Maybe I should on next weekend just log in and see what's happened. Also, I try to find someone on Tumblr, and I know the one blog about language exchange. So you post a note about yourself, about your native languages, what are your template languages, and you can find a person who study your native language, or so on, for example, to take a conversation with them, and so on and so forth. But I take a message from only one person. Just from the beginning, he told it. She doesn't have same interest, but he's an English teacher, and blah blah blah. I just don't want to somebody like teach me. I don't think my English is so bad. I just wanted to practice like live, it's talking, and it's hard. I don't know. Maybe I will find somebody better later, but now I'm not very successful. Also, it's really funny, but I have another languages in my list of sometimes. Maybe I will learn it. You know, if you don't know, I love, besides, now I started to learn German, but it's not really, I don't really spend a lot of time on it, so it maybe could be put in list sometimes, maybe. But also, I really can't choose. I think it will be cool to learn Irish and Polish. And a few weeks ago, I found a post on Tumblr with Georgian numbers, and I thought this language has a pretty cool alphabet, and I want to learn them too, because why not? And I actually, all I did, I write down the alphabet in notebook, and that's all. Also, I think yesterday, in one of my Telegram channels, I found info about how you could name it in English, like in a Slavonic language. So idea was to make a language which absorbs some the most used words from other all the Slavic languages, so any Slavic speaker could read it and read text in a Slavonic language and understand it. But actually, I speak two Slavic languages, but when I open the text and try to read it, first that I see it's use Latin alphabet, not even like plain Latin alphabet. I forgot how it's named, but actually in Belarusian it's Cyrillic alphabet and Latinka, and it's actually use a lot of symbols like that. So not on the oh my god, how to explain it? For example, such things on S and other letters, it's a bit similar to Polish alphabet, I think. I understand that I'm not sure, but probably most of Slavic languages use Latin alphabet, but there's Russian, Belarusian, Ukrainian which use Cyrillic alphabet, and Georgian uses own alphabet, and some other languages I think they too use different alphabets. So how will be this language convenient for speakers which has native language is not in Latin alphabet? I don't know, because as for me, I can read in Tinker, but it's not widespread. It's really rarely used, so it looks strange for me. Also, I tried to read a paragraph. It was a Little Prince. I tried to name it in French, sorry. And some of the words, like I can recognize them, but some of them looks very different. But I wanna learn a bit more about this language and how it makes, because as it was writing article, the author of the language is not a linguist, it's programmer. So what he did, he just make a list of most widely used words in all Slavic languages, and for example, if one word used in many languages and it is widely so, he took this to his new language. But as a language learner, I see a lot of problems with it. Even let's take Russian and Belarusian. It's like neighborhood languages, but it has a little differences in grammar, in structure, how it's said in English. I just Google it, sorry. If, for example, we take Russian and Belarusian, it has some little differences in use and prepositions. Also, for example, in Belarusian, passive tense don't use so widely as in Russian, so some words don't even have the form to build this passive tense. So, and I can even imagine how many differences will be in other languages, or mix them together. How this language deal with grammar. So I think it's strange, but it's interesting. But it's strange. It's I think that it's work really for the linguists, but not for the other specializations. Okay, maybe the differences are not so big. At least you mix some only Slavic languages, but not like Russian with Japanese. But I think something will go wrong, probably. Maybe. Oh, I know what I also want to talk about. I don't read a lot of books because I was very busy, but I tried to start read Girl Man's Up. I found it in some YouTube reviews, and the description was very interested me. I think it was a really great book. But I don't know, I just start to read three like part of the book, and I read maybe for a page or two. I'm not really sure because I read it on my phone, but it starts to seem to me that I'm too old for YA books because it seems so boring. Like, I don't know, but I love the description, and I don't sure that I should spend my time on it, because maybe next it will be even more boring. I really don't know what to do with this book. When I read the description, I thought this book couldn't really touch me, but now it doesn't. I don't know. I really don't know. But maybe at least I should try to finish it and did a review or share my thoughts on it. So just for now, I think it's everything I can say about my life and learning in particular. So goodbye.